My hair just starts twisting really easy when I start playing with it. It just goes curly. I have no control over this. What is this?
The best.
Yeah, I'm starting to just kind of stream with my curly hair. I'm still gonna stream probably with straight hair, but like I'm just kind of trying to go be more used to that, I guess. But anywho.
Listening.
Curly hair, best hair. That's because I have curly hair too.
Oh, sweet.
Wake up with bedhead and just go stream.
It's no. My bed hair is crazy. It looks like this, and it goes like this, and it's like.
But then we can pretend that someone headshot you and there's a confetti grunt skull.
So,
Oh my god.
now I need to see Sin stream as soon as she wakes up one day, just for the bed hair.
I don't know. I know I combed this morning, so. I need to buy me a new comb though. It keeps breaking. Like every time I comb out the tangles, it's like snap, click, snap. I was like, uh-oh. I'm losing picks.
It's like the whole middle section's gone for her.
Yep.
Man. You know what's funny?
What?
I got a haircut, and my grandparents bought me combs for my crazy ass afro. And
Yeah.
I felt so bad. I was like, well, I can't use these for like the next 6 months.
And they're just looking at you like, what have you done?
Pretty much. They're like, really? I spent that money for you. It's like, I'm sorry.
Return? Question?
No worries. I know I'll be using them as soon as my hair grows back.
I
wanna-
need to cut hair.
I want Tim to grow his afro out so much to the point where his headphones are just absorbed into it.
She is now Stash Lady. You actually look like one of those dudes with a handlebar stash. Yeah. But
You think I could rock it? Just kidding.
Fuck! God damn.
No, to be honest with you, when I was starting to go slowly all the way, I was like, man, I'm starting to look like dad now. That's probably not good.
are you saying you're the female version of him?
That's what mom was kind of saying, because she says, like, I have the same, like, hair color as him, and then his hair is actually really crazy curly, too, and he lets it grow out.
Nice.
Of course, his hair is gray now. Well, it went from mom was saying, like, black and pepper, and then it went to white, so now his hair is, like, really white now. I think our dad's pretty old compared to, I guess, other people's dads. I mean, Don's dad's kind of close. Kind of, I think. Our dad's 71.
My dad's like 64 or 63.
So his dad's quite younger. He's still spring chicken. Oh, thanks, time.
You're welcome.
What?
I can thank y'all in real-time action. Well, my sis, I know, subbed to me, and then Time subbed to me.
That's up to you.
Yeah, you did sub to me, and I thanked you for it.
Oh, now everyone else, I'm sitting here like, bitch!
Well, there's just sub to me right now.
I can't sub again. I already subbed.
You're fine. Don't worry about it.
Fight you.
You're gonna make me feel guilty. Don't do that. Oh, man. Bruh.
Oh, man.
I know I wanted to talk about video games. I always want to talk about video games, though.
Let's do that one thing, Beck. Let's do that one thing you made me do a while back, like whatever Jack or Mark did, the like certain games that defined you growing up.
Oh, 9 games.
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh yeah, that's kind of cool. I don't know if y'all ever saw it, but it's like 9 games that... It's not like your 9 favorite games of all time. It's 9 games that you think that made you into the person that you are today. Or that have like an impact on you.
Oh man, there's a lot.
Because, like, for example, if I was to use, like, some of Jack's, one of his was, like, Shadow of the Colossus, and then, did he add Undertale on the list? I'd have to go back and, like, kind of look at his video, but, like, mute it so y'all don't hear, and he did, like, Metal Gear, and if you ever look at his first video is, like, a Metal Gear impression. It's funny.
Yeah.
That's dope.
It's actually not that bad. I mean, I think he kind of sounds like, I guess, the person he's going. I just know that cutscene or joke where it's like, war changes everything.
Great.
I guess whoever wants to start first. I was making that list, but then, actually, I think it's somewhere in my notebook.
Now I have to write things. God.
Oh, notepad, there it is.
Wish I had a pen. A pencil.
I have a pen that sparkles! Look at this, my guy.
Go. Oh,
Hey,
It's glitter, yeah.
What? I'm sorry, Domino, what'd you say?
so y'all can't hear me.
Well, no, I heard you, but, like, I didn't pay
I'm
it.
saying, why don't we make a challenge out of it?
How would we make a challenge?
So like we named the games that kind of like defined us as a person and stuff, right? And then maybe we do a race to see who beats the games first.
I don't have time to play 9 games.
My sister Potato has... Why are you hiding? Are you shy? But she's the one who likes to make games now. She doesn't just play them. Golly, I have so many pages flipped through here. Because, to be honest with you, my first video game I ever played was Super Mario Brothers, but to be honest with you, I just kind of enjoyed playing the NES at the time as a kid, just kind of casually. I don't know if that's what really got me into video games. To be honest with you, me and her were both really addicted to Shrek 2, and we tried so hard to beat the game because we didn't have a memory card at the time, and then Mom finally bought us a memory card. So... Oh god, that's even harder because that's like a 60-hour game. Like Shrek 2, I think we could beat it in a day now, but like back then it was a little bit harder and we got tired of replaying the same level over and over and over again. Alright, it looks like I kind of started on it a little bit, so right now I have...
No, wait, we need to go one at a time.
So, we pick a game each.
Wait, how many are we?
It's 9.
9?
Yeah, it's like... It's a square. It's like 3. What do you mean you can't even come up with 9? I'm having a hard time keeping within 9.
I'm thinking out real hard on games.
Like, it can be, like, it doesn't have to be... Like, does it have to be a specific game, or can it just be the series as a whole?
I mean, it's kind of like whatever game you think kind of like, let me pull up the 9 game thing. It's like whatever you think.
I kind of picked a series too, though.
I picked a couple of series.
Like, that's kind of hard. Like,
I actually picked the game specifically.
if you can get it down to the specific games that you think, then I think that matters a lot.
Because I have it specifically from Zelda, and one of them on my list is Sonic as well, and it's a specific game with Sonic, and then just other stuff like that.
Sonic.
Yeah, I mean, not all of them are good, so...
Yeah.
Of course, some people would debate that this one's probably not that great, but, I mean, to me, I loved it, and I played it a lot. And that's probably, like, one of the few games that got me, like, super into it. Let's see. Let me look real quick. Let me look up the 9-game thing.
Oh, yeah, definitely this one too.
We could do the games, and then we can easily do like 9 anime that defined us.
I'd have to think harder about that one because compared to you, I haven't really seen that many. I mean, I guess I could go with some of the like anime I watched, and then I own quite a few, but for sure, Fruits Basket and Black Cat's on the list, and I guess Vampire Knight, because Vampire Knight's kind of like, well, that's my first manga I read.
Well, I mean, don't you think your Sengoku Basara would be on there too?
I really like the video games. The game is good too.
Anyways.
I got pretty much my 9 games.
I have
Okay, so
6.
Just everyone say 1, and then we'll just move around again.
Well, I've only have like 5 currently at the moment, so
You had like 9 a long time ago. What happened to that list?
I think I was just kind of saying stuff off of my brain.
Ah, that makes sense. I mean, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm not really putting, it all down on a list. I'm just saying it.
I'm putting it on a list because I'm not gonna remember how many I yet.
Just need 2 more. Thinking.
Yeah.
I'm pulling it up real quick. Are we supposed to have 9 before we start each? Because am I coming up with it as we go? Yeah, 9 games that define me.
Whatever you want. Just start doing at 1, and then everyone goes around, and then 2.
Yeah, it's games that define me growing up, so.
I'm gonna start from least. From the least that, well, it definitely defines me. So I'll start from 9 all the way to 1.
Oh, I didn't put mine in order. I just like listed
Yeah,
them
I
out.
didn't either.
I remember.
Yeah, I put mine in order because that's pretty much how it was.
I'll number mine. Forgot.
Did he find another one he wants to add?
I just need 1 more. Trying to think.
Do.
Okay.
Yep.
I have
Name some games we played when we were young. Help me remember.
Mary Kate and Ashley Sweet 16! Oh my god! How did I remember that? Because we played it?
No, I'm saying, oh yeah, I do, but I didn't think of. I don't think I'd put that on this list.
No, I was making it as a joke.
Do we need to give like a little backstory on why that game affected us and what we?
I feel like it, yeah.
Oh, I actually have to say things.
It would make it more of a podcast sort of thing, if
That's
we actually
true.
give like, and maybe after like the first round, we all talk about like if that game was if other people's games were something we played, and we try and talk to each other about like playing those games ourselves to try them out.
Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. That's one.
Okay, so that's. You gonna say stuff?
No, I was letting her. She was asking games that we played as a child. So.
Oh, okay.
Animal Crossing.
I put that one down, so that was the one I put.
Pokemon.
I didn't play Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon X. Why?
Nope. I didn't play it until I grew up.
Well,
I mean-
I'm adding stuff that I didn't play. One of them I didn't play until I was like 17 or 18. Because
Yeah, I mean, games can have an influence on you even when you're an adult. So I mean, there's some games that came out now that I'm like, are we only going to accept them if they're at a certain age, or is it okay to continue on depending on the impact?
I think it's however you want it to be. Because, like, I guess if I was to, I'm not probably going to add it to my list, but I really did like God of War, the new one that was on PlayStation 4 with the Norse, that one. And then since I was going through like a rough patch at that time, it really like helped me, and I liked the story, and I liked all of it. So I liked the meaning and everything. Better than Last of Us 2.
dying.
Yep.
I don't know if you heard me.
I didn't hear the last part.
Last of Us is better than Last of Us 2. Last of Us 2 made me feel like shit. If anything, like, made me de-evolve, it was that game.
I love the environment, but damn, the story.
That story hurts.
Oh, pisses me
I have
off.
this review for
Alright.
Last of Us 2, and
I
I'm
kind of
just
gave them
saying-
an order now. There we go.
Okay, so who wants to round off first? Remember, you gotta say some things about it, and at the end of the first round, we all talk about what games like what games we would like to try from each other's list to try and understand each other better.
I'll
Wait,
say
what?
my first one.
Go for it.
Alright. It's when the PS3 first released, and I have very fond memories of it. It's going to be COD 4 / World at War.
Oh my god, I know.
That, like, made me actually get into gaming a lot. And it has an impact because, well, personal reasons I don't want to get into. But those games really changed a lot for me. And I think without those games, I wouldn't have really gotten into it, at least the PS3 genre. But yeah, those games really impacted me a lot, and I respect the person who got me into it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Nice.
Who wants to go next?
I just need one more game, but I'll go ahead and mention, like, so I guess I'll just go how I wrote this in order because more or less what my brain came up with. So I'm gonna do Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I honestly think that's one of the games that got me super into video games because I played the shit out of it. I really, really enjoyed it. Someone else can fact check next door. But I don't know, I guess I really liked the story. Like, I think that's what, like, honestly, I think a lot of these games that are on here, it's mainly, like, I guess the story. That's, like, what really got me into it. And, like, I don't know, I like that. I don't know, or some of the spoiler. I don't know if I should, like, but just a lot of different things happen. And I kind of like that you're able to choose a hero side and a dark side. You actually get to play Eggman, not as like a party character in like Sonic and Olympics or something like that. It's actually, you play him in a story, and I thought that was neat too. And then I also like the Chow Garden aspect, so I think that's like another thing, because I do like cutesy things still, and I like that whole simulatory vibe stuff, so I think that's like where some of that comes from. And I do like platformers, and I would consider that a platform. Most of the Sonic 3D ones kind of, you're fast, but... And then I also like that you were still able to play all the different characters. Nowadays, a lot of the new Sonic games, you don't get to play all the different Sonic characters anymore. You don't play as Shadow or Big or Amy. Well, you didn't play Big in this one or Amy, but you played Knuckles and Tails and all the others, so it'd be nice if they go back to that. But I know that new open world game looks sick, but other than that, that's like one of my games.
Hey, Diana?
It's my turn. I'm just gonna go like 9, 8, 7, 6 and go that way. So starting from like least to most, I guess. For number 9, I have Sengoku Basara listed. I like played it quite often with you. I played it a lot with you, so that's why it really impacted me. I had fun playing that game a lot with you. You played it for like a whole solid year. Yeah.
It may or may not be on that list.
But that's fine.
If it's on the list or not.
It doesn't matter. And I mean, me and her, we lived in the same household, so I feel like some of the games we're gonna like are gonna be kind of similar.
True. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, that's what of mine though.
Because me and her shared video games all the time. We would, like, I don't know if I should mention it later, but, like, I know some, like, we'd wake up early in the morning, that person would play a little bit, then till lunch, we played till dinner, and then the other person, and then we'd trade off days. That's what we used to do, to take turns and stuff like that. Unless it was multiplayer, then we played all the multiplayer games.
Oh, yes. Oh, I miss couch co-op.
Oh god, that was so great.
I miss it so much. Alright,
Need to
Don.
get- Oh, she didn't say anything else?
That's it.
Okay. Advance Wars. Specifically Advance Wars 2, but Advance Wars as a total. I remember playing that all the time when I was super young. I remember going and swimming and all of us having, all right, you have to go do your freestyle race, go. And like someone else would take their turn and then pass it on to the next person, and we just pass the Game Boy around, constantly taking our turns with the turn-based strategy. And it was so much fun. The memories were great. I remember going outside playing in the yard and swinging on a swing and just passing the Game Boy next to each other as a strategy game, and it was such a great bonding experience. And the story's not half bad either, but it was more or less the bonds made through it that was fun.
Alright. Number 8 for me. I have a lot of fond memories with my cousin. It's gonna be Borderlands 1, when the looter shooter genre first started. A lot of fun memories. You know, it always made me happy when I got to play with him, because nowadays I rarely see him. You know, he's in college, he's getting to do what he wants to do. But that game really got us closer, because we also found out we were cousins from our dads, and we went to the same school. So it was cool knowing that too. So I definitely have a lot of fond memories about Borderlands 1 and having fun on there. And then I got everyone else to try it out, and they loved it too during that time, of course. But yeah, that's number 8 for me.
Oh yeah, it was my turn after that. I forgot I just jumped in last time. I was like thinking it was my sister's turn. Okay, next one I'm doing is Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. I friggin' love just not to make it obvious, but I love Zelda a lot. But I remember when I first started playing this game, and the first time I actually played it is I played it over at a friend's house. And when I first played it, I was like, oh my god, this game, it's so beautiful. I love it. It's just like, it was very stunning and gorgeous. And to me, I thought it was because like my brain was blew away with all the vibrant colors, because they let me play it a little bit at the beginning, like outside island and stuff. So, once I played a little bit of that game, I know I saved up my money, and I wanted to buy that, and I ended up buying it. And then like when I played it, I was super smitten with it, and that's kind of like, I kind of like open worldy genres and stuff like that, because I think they're really fun. And I mean, also like it's my first Zelda entry, because that's kind of what got me into, because after I bought Wind Waker, I was like, oh cool, I really like this series. So I got Twilight Princess after that, and then after I got Twilight Princess, I got like Ocarina of Time Master Quest. So I had both Ocarina of Time and Master Quest inside of there, and then I got the Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition where it got Majora's Mask, and then I just kind of been, like grew, and it stemmed from Wind Waker, and a lot of people probably, like, a lot of people are like, oh, I started with Link to the Past, or I started with Ocarina of Time, but I started with Wind Waker, which I really enjoy and love it, which I noticed nowadays with kids, a lot of people have started with Breath of the Wild, which I think is pretty cool, so hopefully they'll do the same thing I did and branch out through some of the older games. I'm still trying to work on some of those older games, but I definitely really like the series, and that's where it comes from, is Wind Waker. And I was very shocked to find out, apparently, that didn't do very hot at the beginning, because everyone was like, it was supposed to be edgier. But I thought it was a good game, and it's very beautiful. And it does have a little bit of a dark story if you pay attention. But it's just, I like the cel shading, and I like a lot of cel shaded games. I like anime, like, style games, so probably comes from that, too.
Twilight Princess was a good one.
I do. Honestly, Twilight Princess, I have a very soft spot for that game because, I mean, my first was Wind Waker and my second, like, Wind Waker is completely different from Twilight Princess. Like, Wind Waker is like the ocean and it's very vibrant, and then Twilight Princess, it was a little bit darker, and then it had the twilight, and then you're on horseback and all that. And I thought that was neat because when you first play Wind Waker, they tell you the story, which I didn't realize until I played Ocarina of Time, that basically that story at the beginning, they're telling you the story of like what happens, and I don't even know if I'm saying the name right, but you know what I'm talking about. But it's Ocarina of Time when he like saved the day and everything, so I thought that was neat. I definitely like it when games do callbacks.
Oh, definitely. Favorites. Alright,
So-
potato.
The funny story of mine is Twilight Princess next, actually. It was, let's see. It was one of the Zelda games that I became attached to later on. I really enjoyed the story and the characters, and I really liked the Midna character as well. It was just one of the Zelda games I ended up really enjoying playing through. That's my number 8. There you go. I'm not as long-winded as all of you. I'm sorry.
She's like, I got this point to this point, and we're good.
Yep.
Alright, Donnie boy.
Mine would have to be Pokemon. It's really hard for me to decide on which one because throughout the years they all inflicted different things for me. But in general, that Pokemon have always been there. It's been there with my friends, my family, the adventures, the characters in general, the story that they tell, but more or less like the characters and the Pokemon you catch. Uh, Growing up, having my family, and then go into the whole aspect of the father cutting off the rest of the family, so you lose cousins and family members and grandparents, and then mother doing the same on her side, so you lose all of your family, and then your sisters abandoning and leaving, and then it's just you, and all you have left is just the parents. Each Pokemon just became part of my family, and each one was unique and special in their own way, and just made my own little home with all of them.
I respect it. And I get that, trust me. Alright. Now, number 7 is what actually got me into the horror genre, and I still count myself as a little bitch nowadays. But it's going to be Resident Evil 5. I know a lot of people start off with 4, but 5 was my first one, and I have a lot of fond memories just playing the game, helping people get through it, especially on the hardest difficulties. And then I got my friends into it again, but it was that game is what got me into the horror genre. And I have played Village, as we all know. And if you watch my streams, oh yeah, I'm a little bitch at one part. But it's definitely one of my favorite games, and I know people don't really like 6 like that, but I count it as a good game as well. Yeah, it doesn't have really its horror aspects unless you play like Leon's story, but it's only happening in one chapter. But it's still a good game, in my opinion.
But the muscles.
But the what?
But the muscles.
But the muscles are, well, you know, Mr. Boulder punching.
Yeah, I was about to say that because that's kind of cool because a lot of people I think frown a lot on 5 and 6, especially 6. I know that one's probably frowned more than 5. It's just like that's when they say that Resident Evil started to get less scary was after. Well, and then some people even say that 4 is probably what caused 5 and 6 to be the way it was because it was very action-y compared to the others before it, like 1, 2, and 3, because it was like that top-down view and, you know, things could hide on the corners.
It's funny though because you say that, and a lot of people praise RE4 for what it did.
Right.
Nowadays, people are like saying that now and saying like, "Dang, it really screwed up the Resident Evil." And now we're in the first person, and now people are already done with it after one game, which is dumb. And I don't know how far you are into your RE8 playthrough right now.
I just entered the castle.
Okay, so just prepare. That's all I gotta say.
I seen some reviews and I watched the so I don't know any spoilers. I watched the spoilery free one and they were saying that this one mechanical place was like the most annoying, or an industry one was kind of annoying, but there's some good moments, but then there are some bad moments. But like, to be honest with you, I think that's like any game. I don't think any game's like super perfect. There's normally like, I like Breath of the Wild a lot, but like one of the it kind of dropped in frames occasionally, and then I thought the story was kind of weak compared to some of the others. But I do like that open world, but that's what they were going for, was kind of more like a Skyrim feel, if you like read any of the articles and stuff.
Yeah. No, but RE8, like I said, it is my game of the year still, and I get what you're coming at when you heard about the mechanical bliss, but I think it was perfect, in my opinion. But I'll be honest, like you said, every game is like that. I think every RE game is like that too. They always have that one annoying part that no one's gonna like. But to each their own. But
Yeah.
enjoy your time with it. But yeah, RE is what got me into the horror genre, and I think that game, RE5, getting me into it, and then that's when I started playing the other games as well. So yeah, that's my 7.
Let's see. I'm gonna do my. A lot of these I think are ending up to be GameCube titles, because a lot of these games did impact me like when I was super young, because I didn't really do much when I was a child. I mainly did just play video games. Other than tennis and track and stuff like that. And then, I mean, I would try to go to school for this type of stuff. But, let's see. So, my next one is Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. That's what got me into Final Fantasy in general. Because I didn't grow up with a PlayStation until like way later. I didn't get a PS3 until like I was either 16 or 17. And it's not like your usual number game, but it kind of got me to I've played a lot of other Final Fantasy games, and I'm like, I can realize these patterns and stuff like that. But I really liked it because you got to pick like your own character. You get to choose if like, and I do like a lot of games where you're able to pick your own character and like choose a name for yourself and all that jazz. Because I think for a while I was playing a lot of games that like, oh, here's a character model we already chose for you, and you're this particular person, and then here's their story and stuff like that. And when you played the game, it was pretty cool, and then it felt like it had stakes too at the same time, even though there really isn't. It's just like you had to, I don't know, every time I died I felt guilty, because whenever you died there was the game over screen and they said that, oh, you never came back to your village, and your village ended up perishing. So yeah, like that kind of sucked. But like so like the goal of the game is you're supposed to like collect these drops of myrrh every year to protect your village. And then there's also like, when the years pass by, because like after every 3 drops a year passes by, and like when you talk to the NPCs things change, and you like whenever you talk and go to the different cities, like there's like a little boy in the village, and you can talk to him, and he'll talk about like how he hates the Black Knight and that he killed his father and stuff like that. And then let's just say like a couple years pass by, and then he eventually like encounters him, and then he'll say different dialogue for that. And I thought that was neat. And then there's a princess that's wandering around that's like, she's like half this one race. Like, if I say the races, y'all wouldn't really know, but it's like half Clavat, half Little T. But you could find her wandering around in some of the cities, and you can talk to her, and I thought that was really cool and neat. So like, And I thought the game, for its time, I thought was really pretty because I liked the water and the music. Final Fantasy always has good music, in my opinion. Like, so I think even if people don't like the story or gameplay, the music's still pretty good. And then, it wasn't, so when I actually did first play a real Final Fantasy game that had like Final Fantasy X or Final Fantasy IX or whatever, I didn't realize they were turned, like, where you have to do attack, defend, magic and stuff like that, and you have to stand there. So, because when I played that game, you can still run around with your control stick and dodge, and then you would just, it would still kind of do attack, defend, magic, but you would, on your GameCube controller, you would hit right to change the abilities and stuff like that, and it was really easy and convenient, so when I first played it, I was like, oh my god, it's so different! I know it took me a while to get used to that type of game style after a while, but I really liked it because it introduced me, and you had to work for the real ending too. Like, you had to pay attention to what some of the characters said, and your diary is very important. And then some of the characters you talk around with, they gave you like hints on like where to find this particular thing to unlock the ultimate boss fight. And then you finally, because I mean, I think before I actually beat the game, I think I was on like year 14 or so. So it didn't really, take me 14 years, but it's just like, you had to, I don't know. Hopefully I'm explaining it right, but I just like it a lot. And honestly, all of us could play it together. I really wanted to play it with my sister, but we didn't have the Game Boy cable, so me and her would take turns with Switch and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yay! There you go. Yeah, that was a fun game.
Yeah, it was really good.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. Oh! I thought you were... Oh, is that your next game?
Wait, is it? No. For me, my next one is Super Mario Bros. So, I picked that one because that's like the very first game that...
I've just played the song. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Boop.
That's like the first game we ever probably played ever.
Yeah, we had an NES.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just have like a memory of like playing it and eating some little M&Ms and never making it past level 2. But yeah, that's why.
Yeah, those games were harder.
They are.
But yeah, that's probably first game and also first one I ever enjoyed. So that's my number 7.
I remember it with dip dish pizza instead, or grilled cheese. And then I remember picking on you being like, because I was like, oh, you have a crush on Mario. And you're like, stop it, no, I don't. Ah! It was funny. Because I kind of remember that stuff with you, but anywho. I think we used to call Mario Pizza Man. Because somebody thought he looked like a pizza fan. And I don't think we realized he was really Italian. I think we were just saying it because of the color and stuff like it. Yeah. Because back with the pixels and stuff.
That's funny. That's good. Naughty boy? Did he die?
He went to sleep. I'm just kidding. No, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Maybe we tuckered him out.
Can you hear me?
Oh, now we can.
Now we can.
Okay, Jesus. I'll follow time in this one. He's talking about the horror genre. Mine would be Dead Space. Just because the game in general, I went over to a friend's house and I saw him playing 2. I went out and got the first one, and just going through it, it had for me as a youngster, Jesus, it had legit fear for a lot of the parts, not knowing where they were, where they're coming from, and then just growing up playing that, and then going straight to 2, and then the controls being better, the story getting even more. I think 2 is the best one to me, but that was my favorite. game and got me into like the horror genre, and I love the story and the whole world that they built.
I agree with you on that, because I wanted to shit talk 3 because it just played 3 recently, and they murdered the characters. Like, not literally murdering, but they murdered their characterization. Also, I feel like they copy and paste a lot of... Is it easy to do that? You're in game design, to, like, just copy and reuse some of the same models. That's what if...
They do that a lot.
They kind of did that with the side missions a lot. I was like, have we just been here? I feel like we're walking in a circle, and I don't think it's just to be like a...
It was during the downfall of EA when they started doing bad. So, I mean, this is one of the games that got, unfortunately, hit with the downfall of it.
Yeah.
Hopefully It seems like they're trying to care more about the remaster, but what if they start adding, like, alright, you want to do really awesome, you gotta pay real money for the weapon. Oh, you have to pay money to get the plasma cutter. That would suck, because the plasma cutter really is the best weapon in the game.
Fighting, Earth gun, and a whole bunch of other weapons are the best.
Pay $10 and pay $5 to get more ammo for your plasma cutter.
They did that with Dead Space 3, though.
What'd you say, Don?
They did that with Dead Space 3. Oh, hey, here's some weapons that you can only get by buying them. We made these custom weapons with special armor, stuff like that. Here, buy this for like $4.99.
Yeah.
They really did destroy Dead Space 3. It was still a great game, and the story wasn't bad, but, you know, they didn't continue, and EA just ripped them.
Yeah, that's why I don't like, in my opinion, I don't like EA still. I probably will never again, but...
Like, I like BioWare, because they're the ones that do, like, Dragon Age and, like, Mass Effect and stuff like that, but, like, whenever EA touches something, they're like, loot boxes, and they used to make really good games back in the day, but now it's just, like, ever since, I guess, loot boxes got invented and you could do DLC content, they started, like, really adding it in every single game that they possibly can now. That's probably why The Sims is so friggin' expensive. Like, you drop $40 on, like, an extra expansion or DLC, it's like an extra game. And I'm like, Jesus. It's like $40 for dogs and cats to be added in. And I'm like, why? It should just be like 10 or 15, maybe at least.
Yeah. This is EA. If you click that image.
I want to see. Watcha. Oh, whoops, wrong thing. Watcha.
That is a link, though.
That's what I'm saying, but it's whatever. But that's EA pretty much.
Yep. Oh well.
Where'd you put it?
In the just talk. So you don't have like a podcast little text area.
It was just the image.
Yeah.
Video game companies, when they make a game and it becomes a bestseller, I can milk you.
What's it called? Persona. Specifically, Persona 5. But I did start in Persona 4 when I'm older. It's the fighting game. I saw my friends play it. I was like, it looks interesting. And when P5 released, I never really got to finish it when it released because of school during that time. It sucked. But when I did get the chance, it had a lot of good moments, especially like friendship and stuff. But I think another game does it better, and it's on my list. And it's definitely one of my favorite RPGs, at least for turn-based. It just has a lot of good things, minus the pretty much dating MILFs, but yeah.
That's one thing that bothered me too. Some people were like, "Oh, why do you want to date Futaba? She's like way young." I was like, "She's just a year younger than my character, and you guys are dating people that are way older than him. That's not okay for them to do." I don't understand. I think a lot of people just fangirled or fanboyed, I guess technically. Probably a lot of guys play. No, actually I know girls like, there's this one person I knew and they really like Futaba too. But,
her.
I really like her because she's I don't know, I guess I like her because I feel like I relate to her because she's a gaming character and she's very shy and introverted and stuff like that, and I was definitely awkward in high school and stuff like that. So I think that's the main reason why I even dated her. It made me kind of thought, I guess, of me or something like that. So I self-inserted, I guess, but anywho. But I mean, I think that's the point in video games. I think most of the time you self-insert, or I don't know, I get really attached to my characters sometimes. So.
Which one is Futaba?
She's in P5.
Yeah, I keep asking, but no one's answering. Like, which
She's-
one is she?
She's the girl with the orange hair and the glasses.
Oh, okay, I remember. I know who you're talking about now.
I think she's cute. I want a figure eventually. That's like one of my plans is I want to get a figure of her. I think that'd be cool in my room or something like that because I've seen some pretty cool. I just want to collect figures in general, but
Agreed.
she has her Funko clicker pop.
I have a bunch of figures on my desk, so there's one.
I know all I have is the pop figures, which I love collecting them.
That's one thing. Like, pop figures are cool and all, but I really can't get into some of them. Like, when their heads are just so big than their body, that's when it kind of gets me away from it. But when they're special edition ones that their heads kind of fit more proportion to their body, that's when I like them more.
I'm very picky about them too. Like, I don't think I really like the people ones, but I think whenever it's like, like that's a good pop figure. Like, I like that for Gudetama. That one's pretty cool. But again, like, I'm extremely picky. That's why I'm surprised some people will drop. I think I heard someone try to drop one for like the Dragon Ball ones. Those are really expensive. It's
Crazy like 1,000. I'm like, oh my god.
especially if they're just at like conventions or something like that, because they'll be like convention exclusive. Like I remember, I think GameStop sometimes get those. I don't know how, but they'll like sell it and it says like, oh, it's only a convention exclusive or something like that. So
Yeah. I'm gonna let you guys know now, like, watch Attack on Titan's back now. Watch the pop figures for those, like, go up in price.
oh, he's gonna show off one of his figures.
Since you guys are talking about statues and stuff,
Oh, you're lucky!
You would make sounds.
I guess the actual video game figure thing I have is this one.
I have my Garrus Vicarian at the top.
I have statues everywhere in my house.
And then I have a Link one over there, and I have a bunch of amiibos. And then, well, I just bought a little... It's technically a toy, but I like it, and it looks cute. So I got a... I don't know, I've been collecting, like, random things here and there whenever I find something I like.
And time.
Yes.
Just to confirm the theory. She is not your waifu, she is mine.
I wonder who bought that for you.
You shut up.
I just got thrown underneath the bridge.
Yeah, so get fucked, bro. She's still mine.
Well, I mean, it was a gift, so I guess I gift him his waifu, so...
She
You-
supports the dream.
You just need to find a friend good like me. But anywho, Let's see. I guess I liked Persona 5 though. I enjoyed it, but I want to play some of the others. Because I've been wanting to play it since 4. It's just I never got to play 4, but now I can probably once I buy it on Steam.
4 is definitely harder than 5. I will say that, but it's a good game.
Isn't there like a dance one?
I didn't get Strikers.
Persona 4 dancing, Persona 5 dancing, and 3 dancing, yes. And I have every single one of them. They are hard, but fun.
You should see Potato's husband when he does like this little beat thing at this cafe they go to. He's really good at it.
But yeah.
Oh yeah, it was
Like,
the...
It's like Dance Dance Revolution, but for your hands. And he's just like, here we go, trying to beat this shit. And he's just like mashing and doing it. I'm like, damn, boy, I know what he spends his time doing.
That or he's very focused because he had all the alcohol.
Oh, yeah. I still remember. Are you hungry? Are y'all hungry? I'm hungry. Let's get food. I'm buying everyone food. No.
They just kept buying food for us all the time. I think they were trying to make us fat. I think that was their goal.
Still working off of that food. Jesus Christ.
Right? Trying to recover. And like, I've just gone back to just eating a simple plate of pizza pockets, and I'm like, thank goodness. If they were here, they'd probably make me eat like all the pizza pockets from that.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner and snacks.
It wasn't even really a snack. It was like a second breakfast or something.
Oh, time. Look what I got in.
Nice.
Jesus.
Cat.
I guess I should probably continue with my game.
Number 6.
It's just that I was wanting to talk about, I guess, a little bit about Persona and stuff. Alright, so the next one, only her probably knows it. Well, maybe you too, because you've heard me talk about it, but... but, Bait and Kato's The Eternal Wings.
Yeah.
I love that game. That was probably the actual first game that actually got me to be okay with being... Well, it's not super turn-basy. It's still cards, but it has that same vibe where you have to just stand and not do anything. And I used to not really like games like that. Games like that used to drive me crazy. And to be honest with you, when you first start off this game, it's very slow. But it kind of got me used to that with JRPGs. Because a lot of JRPGs have that slow burn where it's like... You're kind of just doing like a few things here and there, and then all of a sudden the world is ending. So like, that's kind of like what got me into liking it. But I liked all the stuff, and like it actually lets you. So you play other people, but you're actually a character in the game. Like you're a spirit, and they talk to you from the TV screen. So it's kind of like feels kind of fourth wall because they'll like when they want to talk to you, they'll look up at you at the screen. So I thought it was kind of really neat and cool. And there's a lot of plot twists in it. And I'm not going to go over it because the plot twists are just so good. And I did not guess that at all. Of course, it probably ruined me for some other games because Donadao got upset at me when I played Infinite on Discovery. But because I guessed the plot point. Well, only one. I couldn't guess the other part. But... I really liked it. It was fun. And it's a 2-disc because it's on GameCube. So you had like disc 1. And then after you were done, you got to go to disc 2. So, because it takes like about like 60 hours to beat the game. And there's like a bunch of side quest missions. And I had to grind in that game too. But like it has like a very unique concept because to get stronger, you had to get like stronger cards. And then if you link up the cards correctly, there's this, and depending on your bond with your main character that you're bonded with, you can get more powerful cards to kind of release and stuff like that. And you can kind of make, like, I don't really think the decisions matter too much, but more or less it's like, Well, I don't know. Was there a fake game over ending if you chose a different option with one of the answers? Like, I don't want to do this and then it blocks out? Or was that... I can't remember. Maybe I got it mixed up for...
There's some games that have done that before.
I don't know if you played Persona 5 and they said, like, if you think all of this is real, they'll kick you out at the beginning of the title screen. I was like, oh, no, what if I want to believe it? They're like, nope.
I know Far Cry, I think one of the Far Cry games, like in the beginning, you could just wait for like...
Far Cry 4.
Yeah, Far Cry 4, wait 5-10 minutes or something like that. He comes back and then boom, you're done with the game.
But
That was pretty cool.
Joke endings. I love joke endings.
that's what got me at least super into turn bases and at least, because it did take me a while to, I think, beat this game. It probably took me like a month. But I don't know, that might be average now with 60-hour games. But I know it was kind of... I had to pace myself with it because, again, it was kind of like at the beginning. I don't think things start picking up until you hit like a certain planet. So, but I definitely liked... The story was pretty good. And like once you hit all that story beats... And it's a shame because I don't think a lot of people know about it. And it'd be cool if someone remastered it. Because I don't really think... I don't think it needs a third game. I didn't like Origins. Origins kind of... Some people really like Origins, but me, I didn't like the prequel. Prequels kind of normally fuck things up. And that can probably be a topic for a different day. But, like, prequels kind of get complicated when you make a game before other stuff happens. So, but I really liked at least the first game that was made. It was good.
Now it's my turn, I guess. Yay! Let's check it. For my number 6, I picked the Need for Speed series. It's like when I was little, I always enjoyed playing with like toy cars and stuff. And so just Need for Speed really clicked with me with playing the game. And that's my number 6. I have very brief explanations. It's fine.
That's how she drives in real life too. She crashes into cars. I'm just kidding. That's how it impacted her today.
That's actually you.
I have not crashed into a bunch of cars.
Oh, the whole world reacts to you being good or evil, and you get to be different characters in different genres. That was amazing. I loved it.
Yes, I
But yeah,
I found it. It was apparently in California.
okay. Don't move
That
to
makes
California,
agree.
guys.
Got it.
Oh, I wasn't gonna move there anyways. The taxes are too high.
Go visit, but that's it.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, eventually I wanted to do TwitchCon.
But yeah, Infamous is definitely my game because it's just so much fun and having electric powers and then going to having more powers and characters and everything. It's just great.
Alright. Games that emotional scarred me.
Oh no.
Uncharted, Last of Us 1. Last of Us 1 emotionally scarred me. Uncharted's just a fantastic game. We don't speak about Last of Us 2 as we know, because that game is,
It emotionally scarred you, sir. You have to admit it.
Two emotionally scarred me, and then I hated it.
Oh no, it didn't emotionally scar you. It scarred you in a different emotional standard.
I just can't get with the story. If
I know.
I feel like if if things weren't leaked, I think they were going to try to fix the story, but then, you know, the whole plot got leaked and stuff. They just said, screw it, we're gonna go with it.
Were they actually debating about fixing it?
No one knows, because they delayed it, I believe, indefinitely during that time, and then the plot got leaked, and they pretty much said, screw it, we're going to release it. So that's what I have a feeling of. I've told like my other friends and stuff, like I've had a feeling they were going to fix the story, because for false advertisement, and I can't believe people are still like saying like it's okay. They false advertised Joel throughout that whole entire game.
That's
In
tough.
those trailers. In those trailers.
Is it just because of that one guitar scene and him saying, "Are you okay?" or whatever?
No, it's in
No.
multiple scenes.
No, there's multiple scenes. Like,
Can you explain? It's been a while for me, so I'm trying to
We'd
recap.
probably have to pull up the trailers and like look at them or
Yeah.
something.
you can, but there was like a part where Joel was supposed to be like, I guess, in the war zone where Ellie was at, and she's like, "What are you doing here?" But it wasn't Joel; it was someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Bro, what?" I hated that. Like, as soon as they did that in the beginning, I was pissed. I was pissed.
Yeah.
Like, of course, I spent $60 on it, so I was gonna play the game. At the end, I have come to terms with it. It's the story. It's how it is going to be, sadly. But it would never be my favorite game. Am I excited to try out Last of Us 3 when it comes out? Yes. But will
They're
I-
making a third?
It's definitely going to happen. If you look at that ending, yes, it's 100% going to happen. But yeah, with all that stuff going on, and me and my friends meme on Neil, we call him Neil Drunkman.
I think most people do.
Yeah. It's I don't know. But besides Last of Us 2, Uncharted is one of the first games that really got me into like the action adventure. And man, oh man, I'm pretty sure a lot of people's favorite Uncharted is 2. Just playing that game off, just starting it off, it's just fantastic. The way you're climbing up that train, and then once you climb it up, you get all those back scenes or backstory, and it's just great. It's definitely one of my favorite games. Uncharted 1, of course I played it, but it is a clunky game. Even in the Uncharted collection, it's still a clunky mess.
Oh yeah,
You know, you gotta love it for what it was back then. What was it like?
absolutely. No, one of my favorite parts about it was like you go from Uncharted 1 and then you hit 2 and then it just feels so great.
Yeah. I was like, damn, they really improved.
Mm-hmm.
And then Uncharted
Good pick.
3, like, I know most people didn't really like it like that. I'm a fan of it. I love that game just as much as 2. It's right under it though, because 2 is just that story for 2 and all that. Yeah, definitely my favorite games. And when I played it again like a couple months back, I remember like I was having fond memories. Like, oh my god, I played this when I was young. Like I did that, this, and all that. It was fun. And I still never finished Uncharted 4, which is funny.
Did you ever have an issue how they did it ever bother you how they like messed with the button mapping for Uncharted 4 because they added the grappling hook?
No, I got used to it.
At first I was like, I want to go back to Uncharted 3 controls or Uncharted 2.
Yeah, no, I got used to it on the spot. I played a lot more multiplayer than the story for Uncharted 4, but that's
True.
mostly because I'm gonna sound like a nerd for this, but the 30 frames kept hurting my eyes badly. So that's
Oh
why
my
I'm waiting
God.
for the 60 frame patch, or when it comes out for PS5. I'm just gonna.
They're releasing a new Uncharted Collection Edition.
Yeah, this for Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy.
I never played Lost Legacy yet.
I had never played it, so that's gonna be fun to play. But yeah, I'm just waiting for that to release so I can continue my Uncharted run. But yeah, Uncharted was definitely one of my favorite games. And then for Last of Us 1, let's just say I cried a little bit. Oh man, that game is fantastic. And I'd say everyone should give Last of Us 1 a chance, because I think everyone will love it. Yeah, sure, it might be overrated and all that stuff, but when you play it, it's honestly a fucking great game. And I don't know if all of you played. I'm pretty sure you have. But
Yeah.
Yeah, all of us has played it. I think my sister's probably one of the few people that actually. You like Last of Us 2, right?
It's not bad.
It's not bad, but it's not like, oh, it's my favorite. Does your husband like it quite a bit?
I don't know. Maybe not.
Uncharted 2 or Last of Us 2 is a fantastic game. It's just their story elements kind of messed up.
yeah, I will. This is what I give on. Last of Us 2.
I did the same thing.
Last of Us 2 is by far a 9 out of 10 for everything else. Movement, gunplay, stealth mechanics. If they bring a multiplayer, I will play the shit out of it. I'm not even lying. But they're not going to. At least at this point. And we don't know if they're ever going to. But the story is what pisses me off. I'll play the game again for that gameplay element, for all that.
Just skip the cutscenes.
Yeah. Especially that one cutscene, if you guys know what I'm talking about. That scared me.
Oh. I get you.
I thought my stream was gonna get done in. I was
It's a
like,
nice
what
boat.
the hell? Yeah. That's a great boat, man. Holy crap. Not what happened inside, though.
Right.
Oh, I turned off my camera. Or I turned off the picture for it.
Yeah, no, I left it playing. I was like, what the hell? But
I peeked through other people's and I didn't see anyone else getting in trouble for it, so I just assumed that, I guess, Twitch is okay with, I guess, that
Like Mass Effect.
scene.
yeah, I guess so. But yeah, those are my 2 games for Naughty Dog before it went to shit. Bring Jack back, Jack and Dexter. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, that's my number
I
5.
never played a Jak and Dexter game.
They're great.
I want to eventually.
They're freaking great. If you played Sly Cooper and stuff, you'll love it.
Never have.
I like Spyro.
No, I didn't grow up with PlayStation.
I know.
I'm sorry.
I played a little bit of the first one. It seemed like a platformer, but it seems like the second and third game kind of evolve, in my opinion. But,
Sorry, Ty.
I liked the first Last of Us mainly because I liked how it felt like it was telling a story about, like, someone who was, like, a cranky old dude and didn't like the world, but then he, like, I don't know, found, like, there was love, even though there's, like, you know, everything's shit. And so, because he ended up caring in the end, in my opinion, so.
Especially from the snowy area. I don't know what it's really called. But once you get past that, it's just their relationship went up like 1,000.
Yeah.
And then when you see the giraffes about to head to the end part, like that's probably one of my favorite moments. Just
What game are we talking about?
Last of Us.
Last of Us Part 1.
I mean, the only part that killed me was the brothers.
Oh.
Dude. Oh, the brothers. That still gets me. Like, I'll play it here and there again, and it's just like, damn, I'm depressed. It's so sad. It's such a great game. But yeah, that's my number 5.
More or less, if you play a Last of Us game, just don't get attached to anybody, and you're good.
Yeah.
Even Joel. Wink, wink.
You didn't say all that.
I hit below the belt.
You didn't need to say all that, man. Oh.
Alright, I guess
Okay.
I'll go with my next game. So the next one is Harvest Moon Magical Melody. It's my first Harvest Moon game I ever played, and I really adore farming simulator games, and I think it stems from specifically this game because I've gone back and played this game a bunch of different times, and I definitely tried out all the bachelors at some point, but because I mean that was the main one we had at the time, but that's why I really like, because to be honest with you, I really like Stardew Valley, and Stardew Valley is kind of more it has more adult themes to it more than Harvest Moon does. Harvest Moon still kind of hits the kid side unless they've evolved. I haven't played the newer ones yet. Of course, I know Natsumi and Xseed, they broke up, so technically there's Story of Seasons now, and that's the real Harvest Moon games, and then Harvest Moon's not really the real Harvest Moon games anymore, but besides that, I really liked it. I thought it's cute, and I mean, I like Animal Crossing and all this other stuff, and I think it's because I like that, and I just like, I don't know, I like playing those peaceful games just to be like, it's so cool just being a farmer, just not caring about anything, and just like taking care of my animals, and just, I don't know, it's nice, it's simple. It's more or less my very casual game I like to always go back to. It's just play like a farming game, and it definitely comes from this and stuff like that.
No, I get that. I play it, like you said, for Animal Crossing. I started playing that last year, and I love it when I'm in a stressful time or in a mood. Like, I just need something to calm down. So I get you there. I will try Harvest Moon, though, one day. Or Stardew Valley, too.
You should probably, if you get a newer game, you should probably start with Stardew Valley because, and then if you do play a Harvest Moon game now, you should play Story of Seasons because I don't think Harvest Moon One World did good. I think it's kind of clunky because they more or less they took the name of Harvest Moon, but it's not really the people that did Harvest. You have to look it up. There's like a bunch of things about it, but there used to be two companies, but then I guess they got into dispute and they didn't like how the other one was doing. It's kind of like how, I guess, Halo and Bungie split up eventually or whatever, but I don't think the other company does a bad job or anything, but they just got, I guess, tired of getting told what to do.
Makes sense. Which, I mean, sucks, but...
It happens.
Yeah.
Now it's my turn again. There we go. So for number 5, I picked Legend of Zelda Wind Waker because that was the first Zelda game that I actually got attached to. And that's mine. That's my number 5. Really short.
We're all going in full out debates and getting sidetracked, and Potato over here is just like, I'm good, peace.
I like this game because I got attached. I mean, she did get the technically like Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks were hers, but then she just gave those to me. But I beat and played both of those. But when I pull up her file, it says Cool Cat, and that's her.
I forgot.
You like you cringed. You're like, I used to go by Cool Cat. Oh my god.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, my name on PS4 is Guardian Angel 543. But I'm not changing it because it's a part of me, so I'd like to just keep it there.
Oh, yeah. Donnie boy.
Yeah, bud.
It's your turn.
Wait, what'd you say?
He said, yeah.
I thought so. Gotta make me act up.
Oh, you gonna act up already, huh? Show your true colors, my friend.
Alright, it's your 5, sir.
Destiny.
Okay.
With that game in general, when I first moved to college, I knew Halo, Bungie left and they're coming out with their new game and it was going to be a PlayStation exclusive or a certain thing for it, so I went ahead and got Destiny. And with that in mind, I can't beat it, it was just great. I spent so many hours, my PS4 died and I couldn't play it anymore because I literally left it on for I think a whole month and I had to send it in to get fixed. And I got it on the 360 so that way I could play with my friend or play with people and myself again. And then I went ahead and got my PS4 back and played again with that one. And I have 10 copies of Destiny and Destiny 2. So I have plenty of copies in this household.
He has a problem.
I have the special editions, I have the limited editions, I have all of them, and it's just such a great game. The story, while the first one didn't have much there, it was there if you went looking. When it first launched, I could jump into a tower and send friend requests to people and just play with randoms all day long and make a huge friend base. But now, unfortunately, you kind of can't, but it was just so much fun back then, just running around, meeting new people, playing with friends. It was my first time since I lived out in the country. I never was able to play online with people. So it was just, friend coming over, we're playing, or I go to a friend's house, we play, which hardly went to friends' houses, hardly had people over because parents, but I was able to finally play with people and just communicate all the time. So it was like I opened up a new door and it was just so much fun and I made new friends and all that stuff. Unfortunately, we lost all of them because, people stopped playing, but it was so much fun back then. just playing with everybody, and I met you through it too, Time,
Yes, you did.
and it was just such a blast. The story got better, the characters were amazing, the gameplay's pretty fun, and it aged a certain way, and I'll never forget it. And it was just so much fun.
It is. It is a great game. It is. All right. So my next games are going to be Near Automata / Replicant. That game broke me in many ways than one.
I thought it was a
And
short game.
There's multiple endings, so it kind of makes it long, and then the
yes,
true ending definitely hits,
yeah.
especially depending on what you decide to do.
Because for Near Automata, there's A to Z. Those doesn't how many endings there are. A to Z. But for the true endings, I think it's only up to
I think E.
or F.
Yeah,
Or
it's
F.
like 5. I think the 5th ending's like the true one, if I remember correctly.
Yes. But my friend recommended me to play that, and I said, you know what, sure. And I picked it up when Game of the Yorhai, or Yorha, was on sale. And I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm gonna try it out. I heard many good things from my friend, and I started playing it. I was like, this is pretty good. Sadly, I dropped it because I think Destiny Beyond Light just came out, so I dropped it for that. But when I came back, I pretty much did the story from beginning to end again, or for the first time, I should say. And man, oh man, that game is something else. It definitely hits, and I was glad my friend recommended me that because he would like joke with me like, yeah, I bet that hurt, didn't it? I was like, yeah, it did. And same thing with Replicant. There's only I think 5 endings in that as well. And that was a pretty good game too. And I know the true ending is new because it wasn't in Near Gestalt or just regular Near for people in Japan. And when I got through it was pretty heartbreaking at first, and I'm not gonna say why, in case you guys haven't played it, but it gets pretty emotional, that one too, but it does leave
I only know one part, but I don't know if it's the game you're talking about.
I want to get Replicant. I haven't played Replicant yet, but I definitely at least beat the important parts of Automata. And then I got one joke ending while I was trying to get, I guess, that final ending, because I was trying to figure out how to get because I unlocked that chapter select thing, so I was trying to figure out if I needed to hit new game, or if I needed to click on the chapter select, which I needed to click on the chapter select, so I just...
Yeah, I was confused at first too. I was like, how the hell, you know what, chapter select?
What, like, is this? You can stop me if you remember it, and if it's the game you're talking about. Is it the one that's I don't know. I just remember there was like one boss I saw where it's a doll, and it's like, oh, my master turned me into this, and I did something to my master or something, and you have to fight her, and it's like a bittersweet story.
Are you talking about one of the bosses where it was like a female?
Yeah, it was a female robot thingy.
Yeah, that one was kind of sad, like, with the
It is
whole...
very sad.
Okay, so that is Nier Automata.
Yes, Near Automata.
Okay, cool.
Near Gestalt, not Crystal, goddamn it, I'm talking like it's the PS3 version. Near Replicant, and in case you didn't know, Near Gestalt, is called it here in NA because they feared, like, I guess the original story was weird because it's brother and sister, so they changed it to a dad here. They left it as brother and sister in Japan, but they gave us the original story in Replicant, so that's a little fun fact. Replicant, don't get attached. That's all I'm gonna say to certain characters. and you'll.
Too late, I'm attached. I'm just kidding. I play a game, I'm like, I like you! Fuck!
Don't get attached, because I still cry. I won't lie, I still cry when I play that game. But that's for you guys to figure it out whenever you play it. But yeah, that's my number 4. That game really destroyed my feelings. And I'll still play it again. Ow. Alright, so.
I don't know if this one's technically cheating or not, but I was just doing Mass Effect and just specifically the trilogy because I feel like it's all the same story, just it's like there's separated. Because I mean, I guess to be honest with you, I really like Mass Effect 3, but I wouldn't have gotten to Mass Effect 3 if I didn't play 1 and 2. Because I know a lot of people really like 2, and 2's like their favorite, but like it's more like what impacted me. I liked the whole. Yeah, you can be like renegade or pacifist, and I know especially the third game really hurt me a lot because I didn't make very good decisions, and I know that game of really like I like playing decision like games, but like that definitely makes you feel like. I guess I like games that make me feel like shit because I made a bad choice because like I thought I did the correct choice but apparently really wasn't in the end and stuff like that. So I just like it makes it feel like I'm more immersed into it, and like every time I think about that moment where I fucked up I think about crying because I'm just like that was me. I have to live with that now because like I mean I guess that's how life is, you know, you make a decision and then you have to live with that, unfortunately. So like I mean I learned a lot of different stuff through those games because
Killed my waifu.
but anywho because like I mean I feel like Andromeda is like it's complete, and I played that recently. I played that last year and I felt like that was like its own different thing, and I'm still really attached to I'm attached to being Shepard, and I liked being Shepard, and then like building my relationships, and I do like that you can romance and all that other stuff, and it's just neat. And then you can even like, you know, if you were in a relationship with someone else, you break up with them, and that actually kind of hurt too, because that kind of felt like shit. But anyway, but yeah, just like all that different stuff, because it's just like, and I guess technically in the first game there's like a moment where you have to choose between people and stuff like that, and just kind of go with it. But like I feel like a lot of people know about that, so I don't really know if that's as impactful. But like I know a lot of like people like the second game mainly because of the last part of the game, and I guess you get a lot of squad mates too, because when you do play 3, that is one complaint I have, is you really reduce in squad mates. But other than that, I liked all the interactions and stuff, and I still really want to play some of the DLCs for 3. Still need to do those eventually, but I just really like the game for I like it for the story, and it's definitely about the relationships, and that's my alarm. But anywho,
Is it time to cut the podcast for you?
no, it's my other alarm I have set because I go to work at 3:30. So
Oh, okay, 3:30.
so we're still good. I still got time.
Okay.
Well, yeah, time is here. But still.
Yeah,
Still have time.
I want to quit work.
Call out today.
I can't. I don't know how many. I don't even know how many days I can technically miss.
Technically, you could.
It doesn't fall off till the 19th. I have an extra one that doesn't fall off till the... So I technically have missed... So I have a tardy that I need to fall off in February. For some reason, even though I told them that my internet wasn't working, they got this, like, half-day bullshit where it's just, like, I came into work later, so that's the one that needs to fall off. And then I called out recently. And then March needs... So that's, like... 4 different occurrences, but one of them's like a half day, and then the other one's a tardy, and I don't really know how many of those I can have, so I'm trying to like be careful.
25.
I don't think it was 25.
82.
I don't think it's 82 either. That means I could like miss a whole year of work without getting in trouble.
I think there's more than 82 days in a year.
Well, I can miss like a couple months, and I don't think they would want you to miss a couple months. So there's, let's see, 30 days are within a month. So yeah, it's like 2 months or so, or over 2 months. It's like 2 months and a half.
Yeah, something like that. I don't math, so.
Your turn.
Yay, it's my turn again. There you go. So mine.
Popcorn potato. Popcorn potato.
Is she really playing hot potato?
Hot potato. Hot potato. 1, 2, 3.
Well, my number 4 is Nintendogs because Nintendogs.
Fuck yeah!
I got super attached to that game though when I was little. Always play it all the time. I first saw it from like classmates that were playing the Nintendogs, and I wanted to try it. Finally got a DS and played it for myself, and yeah, I just played it a ton. There you go. That's my number 4. See, I'm very brave.
I wonder how my dog is doing.
Dead.
How's your
Tamagotchi, sir?
It's gone, bro.
My Tamagotchi would die every 10 seconds, so it wouldn't even last long. I don't know how you get a Tamagotchi to last even, so.
You gotta make them go to sleep.
I tried. They said they were hungry and you just
You have to make them go to sleep so they don't do that.
I took better care of my chows, at least, because that made more sense than whatever Tamagotchi was.
Baby, your turn.
I'm thinking, sweetheart.
I wish I could add
I
hearts
think
over
I'll
them.
What?
I want to add a heart filter over y'all.
I'll do Bioshock.
Great game.
No, actually change that to Smash Brothers. Reason why is because that game is just amazing, and I remember all the friends and people that I had playing with me, and it was such a great bonding experience, especially just growing up with it. Going to Melee was fun. Me and my siblings would play it, and then, as I grew up, they didn't play anymore. Had friends play with me, went to college, the Wii and Wii U days was super fun and amazing. And then it switched over to Ultimate, which even more fun, It's just something you can always easily bond with anyone. Definitely a win in my books.
Alright, so I have 2 coming up here. Little honorable mention is Walking Dead Season 1 from Telltale. Played it. Don't know why. One of my favorite Telltale games, and honestly, after that game and The Wolf Among Us, if you guys played it, that's when they fell off. Or after Borderlands, their Telltale game. But my third one is going to be Little Big Planet. I have very good memories of playing that game with a lot of friends. Playing those random levels, the DLCs were fun to get. You didn't need to get them, but they were always nice to have. It's just a great game, and sadly they took the online service off for all 3 of the games except the new one. And it's sad that
What's up?
it's sad that
Looking for something.
we'll never have like a little 1, 2, or 3 thing. So that's my little thing. Little kind of definitely one of my favorite games for sure. And
I guess it's my turn. So I know she did it on her list, but I'm gonna do it on.
I got a phone call.
Oh, okay. Have fun with your phone call. You left my light on.
Hello?
But anywho, I did added some Goku Boss Summon right here. So So when I played the game, I got really attached to it. Like she said, I did play it. I played it for a pretty long time. And I really like hack and slashes. Hack and slashes are like hecka addicting. So, but I mean, before Boss Rush, I did play like games like Samurai Warriors, and so I was kind of like already, I was aware of like I guess the Sengoku history, but Sengoku Boss Rush got me like really into, well, I liked their anime and other stuff, but I wanted more of these, and they do have more of these, but they're only in Japan. So I like this series so much that I imported. So I got some other copies that are from Japan, and I actually still need to import one last copy, unless they've made another one, but the last one I haven't picked up with Sonata. But I liked it a lot to where I even try to teach myself Japanese as well too, to try and like kind of get a better concept. I'm still trying to learning another language is kind of hard, but more or less it will really like open my doors into like, I didn't really know importing was a thing either. I didn't realize you could be like, oh, only certain games only come out to this country, so I can buy it from them and then they ship it to me and then I can play it. Because, I mean, after I played that game, I even have some, not just Boss Rush, but I have some like I have a Vampire Knight visual novel thing, which that's like a manga, mainly. It started off as manga, and then I got this other game called Kanji Sono Mama Raputen. It's technically a dictionary game where you can type in English and then it gives you the Japanese word, or like, so when I was playing Sengoku Boss Rush, I'd have the DS next to me and I would like write down what I thought I heard and then see like for example, when I was playing Boss Rush, there's this one part where they're like, yeah, no, or something like that, and they said bakemono, and I was like, what's a bakemono? And it means monster, so I kind of like, I learned that, so I thought that was kind of, I would try to pick up pieces and stuff like that with that, and I honestly really like the Sengoku period history, because that was like, apparently, I had to relook at my math again, but it was a very long civil war in Japan, and just, you kind of learn about like all these different figures. Of course, Sengoku Boss Rush is not historically accurate at all. I mainly specifically like the specific story inside that game, though. I like how they do the characters and everything, and they actually have sadder backgrounds in their story that's probably not completely true all the way. Like, some of it is a little true, because like, for example, like Masamune, he lost his eye to, like, he really did lose his eye when he was a kid to, I forgot what disease he got more or less, it's something where like it rots out your, I have to look at it again, I could probably Google it, but it's just like, you learned a lot of different things, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, I didn't realize that, you know, someone actually, because he took his eye out himself because he thought that someone would see his eye and then just rip it out in battle, so he didn't want anyone else doing it, so he did it he either did it himself or he had his retainer do it for him, so, but I thought that was neat. And then I did play it a lot with my sister because it was multiplayer, and I played until I finally got a PS3, because I was thinking about importing the Wii games, but the Wii games are region locked, but a PS3 is free region, so you don't have to worry about, you can buy any game from any country and it'll play it, so you don't have to worry about that concern. So I just bought me a PS3, and then I started importing those PS3 titles, and so I have quite a few of them. I'm actually still trying to like, kind of just want some of the extra copies just to have them, but I have like this collector's edition one and all this other stuff, but it kind of stemmed from that, and then I don't know, I like the whole anime hack and slash style, and that's mainly it for me, I guess. I'm gonna popcorn you.
You're not pointing at me though, you're pointing the other way.
For me, I'm pointing for you. Like, you're on my side. So when you see this recording on YouTube, you're gonna see that I'm actually pushing you. Get on over here. But you're probably like, what are you doing?
Yeah, for me, you're just trying to push like all all the text chats away.
Yeah,
Text
it
chats.
looks like for me too.
I have it on full screen right now.
Oh well. Well, anyways, number 3, I guess. There we go. I picked Shrek 2, actually. We tried so hard because we played that game so many times to try and finish it, but we did finally get a memory card to do it. We fought the good fight to try to finish it in a day.
We did. Whenever there was like a hard part, I would do all the hard parts though. It sucked. Who's calling?
Done.
Call you on my cell phone. Oh, why did my camera turn off?
We're in your chat.
Oh, he.
What?
Wait, hold up.
What's going on?
What's going on?
I think Don messed up something.
No, I clicked on the podcast and then I went back and clicked on y'all because I was like, why is no one in here?
I was like, why is that?
Jesus. Technical difficulties hiccup.
Well, hey, perfect timing. It's your turn, Dawn.
Yeah, look at that. Look at you, coach.
I gotta think about a game now. I did Bioshock, didn't I?
No, you did Smash Brothers.
Oh, wait, no.
He said Bioshock, but then he changed his mind.
Oh.
No, you did Smash and you changed your mind.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I did change my mind. Thank you.
So would you kindly?
Ma'am. Ma'am.
The problem is I haven't really played Bioshock. I just unfortunately know that spoiler. It's hard when you're super into video games. It's kind of hard to avoid certain spoilers sometimes, because especially like Last of Us 2, it was hard for me. Like, for some reason, I was getting all of these thumbnails and other stuff, and I was just jokes about golf clubs, and I was like, fuck.
Damn golf club. I'll never go golfing the same way.
I don't know, man. There's just so many games out there.
There are.
I mean, if you need to be sweet and simple, like my sister, you can be. It's not a requirement to, you know.
I'm just trying to think. I'm also looking for something right now that I think someone took from the house. Let's see, what game can I say? I guess I could pick Time's favorite game from Steam. Just, you know, that'll be...
Wait, what?
Wait.
That's not how that works.
No. We don't need to talk about that.
Alright, he wants to keep it secret. Okay.
Is it really a secret, though?
I mean...
Miss?
Sin knows about it.
I know. She was there.
Yeah, I was the one who said it. And then he was like, oh, I'll touch it.
Anime Weeboo? Is that what it is?
Something like that, yeah, very... I'd probably
Close to that.
put it on my Patreon, honestly. That's all I'm gonna say.
She's on Patreon.
That is definitely a Patreon game. 100%.
Alright, so...
Hey, Hoonie Pop?
I did...
No. But Hoonie Pop is pretty naughty.
Happy if I own that, but I do not right now. I'll be like, yeah, I play Honey Pop. That's my game.
And here comes the true time.
Hey man, those puzzles are crazy though. Gotta give it that.
That's the puzzle you're working out. Yeah, totally.
What you mean?
Senpai! Ara! Just kidding.
Damn it. Yes. Oh, you mean your game that you enjoyed?
Fun. It
Or are you talking about the game that freaking Finn made a female version of me in and had fun playing with?
I mean, both those games.
Crazy. I guess I'll just pick Halo.
Let's see.
It was a great game. I played with it with one of my friends that I consider a brother, even though me and him don't talk very much anymore. Like, the memories were nice, and I cherished every second with him on that. It was when my families were having issues and the screaming and the fighting and drinking. It was definitely someplace to escape into.
That was always nice. Are you still trying?
Especially Halo Reach. Ouch. No, me and Zen need to play through the rest of the Halo games, but I've been having headset issues. Can't really stream with that, and then, we went to Dallas, spent some time with family, and then came back here, and it was one thing after another, and we just haven't really played Halo yet, and that's one thing we want to do. There's not even co-op on this.
She still has those dorky shorts.
Yep.
You mean her basketball shorts?
Yep.
She's a really nice dribbling.
You know what? I'm just gonna get my Oh man, my phone shut down. It was too late.
It's like,
I was trying to save it from doing that, but now it's shut down.
I'm trying to find this thing. I can't find it.
When I was on working yesterday, my Switch accidentally fell down. I hope it's okay.
Oh, what the fuck? Really?
Yeah. It must have got caught on my capture card.
Let me see your Switch.
You know, you don't need to.
Where's it? How'd it land?
That's okay. Good thing it's
Let me
a
see
Nintendo.
it.
It's okay. What are you doing?
Jesus Christ. I'm plugging it into mine.
Why? My stuff's normally here. Bring it back. Big baka. No, it's not. I just checked it.
Delete your safe data.
Your
Delete your data.
You're big dome.
Use your words.
big don't.
So what's going on?
Oh no, time's flustered.
What's he flustered with?
What?
What?
I'll just fix that later. I just didn't like that my Switch was down there.
I've literally just been playing.
No, I can't really reach out. Hopefully it's so. Probably need
You
my
playing what now?
furniture. What?
Campaign on better.
Nani?
I'm off for the next 2 days if you want to play games.
Okay, so nothing exciting happened.
Speaking of games, you almost made me turn on my camera just to stare you down, bro. Almost. No. Gambit physically hurts me.
I guess that's. Oh, Destiny? Sweet.
Yeah, Destiny is it's a love-hate relationship, for sure. But it's always a great time when I raid. That's about it. Don has said everything else beforehand.
I need to play it with you again.
Yes. Yes, you do.
I just need to get this headset figured out.
But man, just buy a new one.
Dude! This headset was like $140 or something. Like
Maybe-
7 years ago,
yeah.
but
Maybe don't buy one that expensive.
I don't want to buy one that expensive again. It's just like, I love this headset, man. And legitimately talking, I don't know what headset I can get that's universal to all my systems.
Logitech.
Oh, I mean,
That's what I use.
that's what I have is Logitech G933.
what I used.
I have a Logitech keyboard and mouse currently, so.
I have a Corsair keyboard and mouse.
A Razor. For me.
I thought you said Logitech was your baby.
Oh, I have a mouse for Logitech. My
Okay.
got me the keyboard. I was like, well, I mean, at least it's nice colors. That's it.
Okay. Well, I guess, was that the game you were mentioning, Time, or were we still on Donatello? Okay, cool. Cool. So,
That's my second. Sorry.
last game I'm doing is,
No, we're not on the last one. We're on like the second to last one.
I'm on 9.
Last one.
Did I miscount? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm on
I
9.
found it. I'm happy.
Oh wait, no, I miscounted this. I added this as an extra. That's the side. So, okay, well, I guess good thing I added an extra just to add an extra earlier because I was just like, Okay, well, my second to last one is Ty the Tasmanian Tiger Bush Rescue 2. I liked that game. It's openy worldy. So I played the first game recently, and honestly, the second game is definitely that's sweet. Why am I echoing?
Hi.
Oh my goodness.
How you doing?
I don't like that.
Like,
I'm just gonna keep talking. Still doesn't sound any good though.
can you hear yourself?
Yeah,
Look,
but-
let me show this to him real quick and I'll go. Time. Let's get back in.
Wait, put that back on real quick. Oh, my bad.
I was like,
What are you gonna use the bag for, though?
I don't know what to use it for.
he uses it for looks. He should have used it when we traveled.
I don't want to use it. I just don't want to mess it up, you know?
Okay, so. Alright, but, me and her used to play it together, so we would, I did all the, I guess, normal battling and stuff like that, but she would drive the car. So she would technically, I guess, in a way, play Sasha, even though it's technically not really a playable extra second character. It's just, she would do that, and it was really fun. I enjoyed it. It's, and I didn't realize that game was technically an indie game, but it was also, I think EA helped it. Or it's like published by EA. And that was like when EA was getting, it would do the whole EA games, challenge everything.
Yeah.
But now they don't really do that anymore because they don't challenge anything. They're just like, pay your money. I guess that's a challenge, but anywho.
Calling them out.
But besides that, but yeah, it was cool. You also had mechs and boomerangs and all that stuff on that one, and then I think there was like a car racing area, but I liked it, and I liked the goofy, liked that they had accents, and like I was in Australia, and it was cool, so I had a lot of fond memories with that. I actually have a random memory with that too, where, I don't know if it's still on topic, but when we were playing that game, our dad was working on the house and he cut his thumb by accident. So I remember him knocking on the door and I opened it and then he was like, "Get your mom," and I went slam the door and no! And then she's like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "I don't know, Dad needs you. There's a lot of blood." And then they left, and then we were still playing the game and everything. So I guess the game helped me cope a little bit. And then, like, our papa lived with us at the time. So he was wondering where, I guess, his son was at and stuff. And he came chilling in our house for a little bit, I think. And then, like, I know our parents came back and brought Bush's chicken later. But, like, everything was okay after, I guess. But he wanted to get it completely, like, removed off. But at first, I didn't know what happened because, like, so this is, like, what it kind of looked like to me. He just, like, did this. And he and there was like blood right here, and it was just like all wrapped up, and I was like, oh my goodness, I didn't know what got cut at the time. I just saw blood. I was like, that's a lot. That looks like a horror movie. What happened? I have no clue how old I was, but we were still living at our old house at the time, so I know.
Little. Yeah.
Must have been like at least
I was in
7
the
or.
3rd grade.
You were in 3rd grade,
Mhm.
so 5th grade at least. Yeah, I've been in like 5th grade or so. But yeah, your turn now, I guess.
Yay! Let's make it more positive, I guess. That's not.
It was positive, but that impacted me. But I did like the game. It got me into liking open world games for sure. And it's a platformer. It was a mix of everything, honestly.
Was Animal Crossing. I played that game so much, but for me, growing up, the little animal characters were my friends. So there you go.
I feel that because, to be honest with you, last year when I played Animal Crossing, I was like, these are the only friends I have. So yeah, I got really attached to my.
I mean, in school, I didn't really have any, so like, those were my friends. There you go.
That you hit with a shovel.
Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
It's the person that tortured you 54 times in a row.
Mhm.
Oh, I think it's your turn now because Adriana's or potato. It's very short and sweet. I mean, it doesn't really.
Good.
Oh, you've been dropping my name. I think you've been saying Beck or Rebecca.
It's because of Don.
It's
Engraved
all
my
his
head
fault.
now.
Aha! Victory! Eric.
Oh wait, you've been saying my name like that? Oh, I didn't notice.
Oh,
That's really it.
it's all his
Like, I
fault.
love you, Eric. Damn it. Yeah, I love you too.
I know. I know everyone's secrets. Mwahahaha.
Yeah.
Hey, one second, I gotta wash my hands, guys. That's something sticky and I didn't like it.
Let's see. Let me make sure.
Time.
Yes.
Time.
Yes? What'd I do?
Okay.
What did I
I'm
do?
proud of you. I'm just saying I'm proud of you.
Oh, okay. I'm scared.
I'm scared.
Please.
This is not the last game. There's one more, right?
Yes.
There's just so many games to pick from, guys. I could do a controversial one, but I don't feel like going down that route just yet.
Do it.
No. What could I go? Let's see here.
When you say controversial, do you mean games that people don't like?
Yeah.
I mean, I said Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. A lot of people will say that's like not a very good Sonic game. Most people, some Sonic people or Sonic fans only like Sonic the Hedgehog or Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Like they like the originals.
Yeah, anything can be controversial if you look at it right. I think I'll go with. God, I'm looking at my whole collection right here. Because I did Infamous. Did all those. I guess I did Halo, right?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Second or third game.
That wasn't my third game, sir.
I think.
It was.
Yeah,
it
it was.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Oh wait, you guys counted backwards. Never mind.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm just doing it on the order I wrote everything. I was just like, eh.
See, this is why I should have wrote things down, but I didn't because I'm not that smart. You know what? Screw it. Star Wars Battlefront 2. The original.
That's a
I've
fantastic
never
game.
playing that. Yeah, but that didn't affect me very much, you know?
I get you.
I mean, it could have got you into other shooters. And you like Star Wars quite a bit.
I I love Star Wars, but thinking about all the Star Wars games and how they affected me. Star Wars Battlefront 2 I very much enjoyed, but it was just mainly playing as Billy that made it fun and entertaining. Hmm.
So honestly, I'm noticing like a reoccurring theme. Like, well, me and my sister seem to like really be attached to like couch co-op games. And that's probably why me and her really like It Takes Two a lot, even though it's not really couch co-op, but it felt pretty close to couch co-op as it's gonna get. And then like you and Time are very close with the whole multiplayer, and y'all seem to really like online stuff and like that. But like I'm really attached to like a bunch of single. Of course, y'all are too, single player games, but like my list hasn't really consisted too much with multiplayer. Like, I guess.
I could mention about Fire Emblem and how I actually started talking in the old parts and you were making fun of me for it.
That was kind of funny. You're like, my lady.
You don't have recordings of that.
I wish I did.
This is tough little cookies. Bid Destiny.
So if that's the case, then Twilight Princess made me call everyone brother for a while because I kept hanging around with the Gorons, and I was like talking to my sister. I'd be like, "Hey, what's up, brother?" I'm glad I broke out of that before school started. I would have got picked on. Because during the summer it was really bad. I think I called my mom brother. I think I called my dad brother. I was just calling everyone brother.
Yeah.
I know Star Ocean: The Last Hope was like one of my favorite games, but I never once beat it. I don't know. I think I'm out.
All right. Well, I guess it's Time's turn again for his number one.
Pretty easy. You guys know. I mean, Donna, Sin would probably know. It's Kingdom Hearts.
Oh yeah,
Kingdom Hearts is good.
I could see that. That's probably like hella nostalgia.
Oh man, it is definitely one of my favorite games for many reasons, and one of them is it saved me because I was in a terrible time, honestly. The story in Cage was, now we would say it's cheesy, but back then it was probably one of like the best of the best stories for an RPG that I have played, and many others would say it was a great story. And it just made me fall in love, and the fact that it's, you know, Square Enix and Disney is something they've never done before. Of course, I know all this as soon as I grow up more. It was pretty much a lucky chance.
Wasn't it like an elevator scene?
Yeah. Someone from Square Enix and someone from Disney were in the elevator, and they talked about pretty much making a game, and there you go. And that's pretty much how it was. The Kingdom Hearts was made, and now look at it. Freaking 20th anniversaries in this March. It's going stronger than ever. Some weird sides of the community, some good sides, and some horrible sides.
Sora finally got added to Smash. A lot of people don't think that was gonna happen because Disney and stuff.
I was one of those people.
Everyone's called
Doom.
Doom.
And literally my reaction was crying. Because I was like, no way, it just happened. And just with the music, you know, like, even if you don't like Kingdom Hearts, you can say that the music is definitely one of the best out there as well. Same with Final Fantasy. Square knows how to get good music in there, I would say.
Square does have
And-
fucking amazing.
Yeah. Like, to this day, I'll listen to, like, if I'm feeling cheerful or, like, a little down, I'll listen to Dearly Beloved. You know, that's a good song. Oh, man, that's just a wonderful thing. And the fact that it keeps having different arrangements every other game, it's just a wonderful thing. And my favorite Dearly Beloved, I'm gonna say it, is the one from KHMOM, which is Melody of Memories. It has more of a jazzy feel to it, and it's a feel good version of it. But it will always be my number one game, no matter how good or bad the series is. It will always be number one. And KH3 had its moments too. Like, it's good, but it also had a lot of flaws. And I feel like the DLC fixed that. But I feel like no game should need a DLC to fix something that is bad. It should be perfect from launch. And I have the deluxe edition, of course, and Tetsuya Nomura, the director, pretty much said like he's scrapped a lot of like ideas and stuff. So there goes that, you know. And the first teaser trailer was in 2013 with Sora carrying Aqua's Keyblade in his home island. So it just said now in development, and it's always an ongoing joke like, 13 years or 9 years or something, you know. 13 lights, 9, or 13 darknesses, 9 lights, or something, 7 lights. Yeah, I'm a real KH fan, apparently. But yeah, no, it will always be my favorite game. And it just has those moments where it tears you up inside, especially if you never played it before. I guarantee you, one part in Cage 1 will destroy you.
Yeah.
The Cub. I'm not spoiling it, just in case, but Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days. That one, there's this one part that definitely destroyed me. Birth by Sleep honestly has one of the best scenes out there when you complete the secret episode. It's called Blank Points. And that's probably one of my most favorite scenes. It's the one that really got me crying because like I was still in high school and it was like I think it was spring break and I just met these other cool guys that I've known them for I'd say 2016, 2020, so that many years. And they've been real, you know. It's 2022, Jesus Christ. But that scene will always stick with me from the first time I saw it, and it definitely changes everything. So that's my thing. KH will always be number 1 in my heart. I have too many figurines of Kingdom Hearts right in front of me. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably
I
more than
want
12.
to see that.
You what?
I want to see that.
Well, it's just pops, but yeah, I have a lot, and more behind.
Hey, you can post it in the collectibles area. I have that in my Discord. I think that's a good game to like probably start off for kids too, as RPG wise, because it has a lot of likable characters and stuff. And I didn't get to play that until I was like in college the first time I actually ever played Kingdom Hearts. So I didn't play it as a kid. I remember my friends talking about it, especially like one of them because she was obsessed with Pirates of the Caribbean and it had Pirates of the Caribbean and like Kingdom Hearts too. So.
Oh yeah, one of my favorite worlds, but the mini will always be funny. Oh, okay, we're good. What the hell? That's so weird. But yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean is definitely a fun world. Annoying but fun.
I'll go ahead and do my next one, I guess, and this is the final one. So more or less, it's just something that impacted me. I can't talk. Let's see. So Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, and I actually played this game quite a bit, a few times. Now I didn't play it till I could have fixed this one thing So I think this was the first game I actually, like how I mentioned Mass Effect, I got very violently upset about this one decision in the game, and no matter what you do you couldn't fix it. And it really bothered the fuck out of me. Apparently, if you play it 10 times through, you can make a different decision where everything can be okay, but I didn't know that until way later when I looked it up on the internet or something. So it was like a couple years after, but I just remember being so upset about that one part, because like Fire Emblem definitely, like, it's one of the games, well, if someone dies, and the one I was playing, because it was Radiant Dawn, it still has that older classic setting. If someone dies in the game, they're forever dead. So when it happened as a cutscene, and they made you do a choice, kinda, but it really didn't. I think they gave you 3 different decisions on what you could do, but it still kind of ended in the same way, and it didn't really help or make anything better. So I remember I was like, I don't want to play this game anymore. I just remember I got very upset. I think Adriana was watching me play it too, and I think she remembered me kind of just like, when I think about it, just like I get upset because the character, I liked them a lot, and I didn't think it was fair. So I remember just being really, really upset about that. So I'm just like, I thought maybe I did something wrong way beforehand, but that's not the case. But that one was pretty upsetting. So if I ever replay it again, I guess I need to do it 10 times in a row, and then I can finally see what happens, I guess, when everything's A-okay. But anywho.
Salute to you if you ever do it. That's all I gotta say.
Possibly, but... Or, technically, I guess since you're this way...
Hey.
You're this way to me,
Yeah.
though.
So, my number 1 that I picked was Super Mario Sunshine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of buggy game-ish. The controls can be wonky sometimes, though, but it was, like, I guess the first video game that I ever actually started to get attached to. Not great at it, though, especially when you're little. Especially those other places. Oof, yeah. Always made you do them.
Nah.
Yeah, I did. I always made you do those.
I never got to do the fun parts. I always did the hard parts, man. I always, when you're the older sibling, they're like, hey, here you go. I'm like...
How about it? Do this part for me so I can keep going through the other levels. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I could do them now, though. But, yeah, back then I was like, hey, do these for me. And we were actually scared of that one monster in the game for a while.
Yeah, we were. Or I didn't... My brain, like, overthought stuff. That's the problem. And I think something else freaked me out that kind of contributed to that. So, and Sunshine's not really... It's not a scary game or anything like that. It's just some other stuff that happened outside forces affected me when I played that game, so...
Oh, yeah, and we were also scared of the squid that was in the box. We didn't want to pull the tin.
Yeah, that's what we didn't know what it was.
Yeah. That was fun, though.
Finally got over it, so... At least I got over my fear with that, even though it's fairly silly.
I know how to speed run that squid. You just, like, go for his face and just whip him away.
Yeah, no, that's easy. Alright, it's Don Don's turn.
So my last game, I'll pick Fire Emblem Shadows of Omnia, or Il's Echoes, just because that was my first Fire Emblem game, and God, did I love the story and how everything went. And then I guess the other one would be Infinite Undiscovery. 360 game, perfect, made by Square Enix, and I love the hell out of it. Real-time battles, strategy and RPG style, it was great. Story really killed me too.
And we finished, before I have to go to work. I have 15 minutes. So I'll have to kind of deuces out. I mean, if y'all want to keep talking to each other, y'all can, but I want to try and eat some food before I clock
I haven't
in.
had lunch either. I actually didn't eat anything.
Oh, I thought you did. So
I literally